Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this, we have to discuss with the third topic of Unit 1. The third topic is Futures of Android. So, why we need to learn this topic, Futures of Android? So, when you are observing, different OSs are available for the mobile phones. From the starting, different OSs are available like Android, iOS, Symbian, Windows. So, different features are to be available. So from those different OSs, why we need to change this to Android? So because why we need to change is the main reason is the Android is having a different features than compared to the other OSs of your mobile. So that's why we learned this topic. What are the advantages or what are the features of Android? So that we have to move to the Android. So the features of Android is the main feature in this is open source. What is the use of this open source? The open source is nothing but when you are using an Android, so we need not to, the Android is to be freely available in the net. So in the Android website, the Android Studio is to be there. So we have to develop the applications related to your mobiles. So we need not to purchase anything. So we have to, it is a free of cost, it is to be available. So in which year it is to be freely available? So from the year of 2005. So in the 2005, at the introduction, first of all we have to see the history of Android. So the history of Android is 2003, the Android is introduced. The Android is introduced in 2003. But in the 2005, the Android is purchased by Google company. The Android is purchased by the Google company, and 2007 OHA is formed. So these are the three main years when you are observing the history of Android. So 2003, at the 2003, the Android is introduced by Andy Rubin, but it is a customizable version. So why it is a customizable version? It is developed by the startup company. So at the time of development, it is having some cost. So that they think that by using this Android software, I have to build or I have to rectify our development. So at the 2003, it is to be in a customizable. It is not freely available. But in the year of 2005, the Google is purchased. But Google is also to be a customizable. But Google think that if you are using this Android software by the more people, how we have to reach to the more people? So this Android is used by how we have to increase the usage of this Android software. How it is to be possible? If anything is open source, then that thing is also to be used by the most of the people. So that's why the Google is to be created one open Apache platform. Apache license platform is there. So in that licensing platform, some full version of the code is to be available. So the people or the users develop those full version in the Apache licensing platform. But that is also having only few people are accessing. But the good thing that the usage of the people is to be more. How we have to increase the usage of the Android? So how we have to increase the Android is it will create a one OHA platform. So whenever the OHA platform is nothing but a different mobile developers are to be presented. Different mobile developers belonging to the different mobile companies. Different mobile companies, different mobile developers are to be in this community. So these community different peoples are joined. So based on these different peoples, so the availability of the Android is to be freely available. So the Android from the Google is the only thing that the Google is the Android is a most feature software. So that's why the Google is think that if it is open source, that means if it is not having it free of cost, if it is having it free of cost, the people usage is also to be more. So that's why from the Google development, it is to be available in a open source version. So where it is to be available from the Android Studio, it is to be available. So from that website you have to download the Android Studio and develop the applications in a very efficient and user friendly applications are to be developed. And there one more feature in this is application framework. So what is this application framework? When you are observing, the application framework is to be presented in your architecture of Android. So what is this application framework main use is? We have to reduce the coding of our design of Android Studio. So how to reduce the code? So the application framework will contain different manager classes. So if you want to write a program of Hello World, so how many lines of program is to be needed by using an Android Studio? So to display a message and we have to provide a structure, user interface, emulator, so different things. We are requiring a nearly 1000 lines of code is to be needed for displaying a single message as Hello World. But by using a application framework, this component application framework, the application framework will give you all the structure of the program. Just we have to write a single line. So what is that single line? How to print this Hello World message. So just we have. So when you are not going with the application framework, so if you want to print a Hello World, so it will goes to a 1000 lines of program. So but when you are using a application framework, the application framework will create all the structure and different manager classes are to be available. So by using those different manager classes, we have to already write the code. Just we have to write a single line. That means we have to modify the code. So only the single line. So that is Android text equal to hello. So whatever the message is to be displayed, that message content is to be written in this position. So we have to try to modify only the few lines of code. We have to develop the application based on the requirement. So this is the main advantage of a application framework. The application framework contains a different manager class. So one of the example is, I want to find out a location. So particularly I want to find out a location of one of the mobile. So how it is to be possible? So this application framework will also have one of the class as location manager. Location manager. So this location manager is also to be developed. Just we have to go with the object of location manager. So and then we have to call one of the method get location. Get location is a method. So to get the location of the corresponding mobile. So by using this one, so the application framework contains a different classes. Based on our requirement, we have to import those manager classes. Import those manager classes. So based on that, we have to perform the actions within a few lines of modifications. That is the main use of this application framework. The default code is already to be available in this application framework to reduce the coding of the uses. And next one is storage. What is this storage? Different storage formats are available in the Android Studio. So in the Android Studio, storing of information. So what type of information is to be stored? So I want to store the values, or I want to store the information in the form of a database. So what is the meaning of database? The information is to be stored in the form of a tables. So or otherwise I want to store the information related to the images .png, .jpg. So different images of video. Or I want to store the information like videos, audios, or I want to store the different formats of images. Or I want to store the information of related to the graphics. So when you are seeing a games, so the games requiring a 3D graphics, 3D graphics and 2D graphics. So those different graphics are also to be stored. How these storage needs to be available. So in which place we have to store the information. So libraries will help us. So different libraries are there for storing of different information. So SSL, SGL, so different things are there. So another feature here is connectivity. So what is this connectivity means? When you want to connect your mobile with another mobile, so we have to connect. Connectivity is nothing but Wi-Fi connectivity, Bluetooth. So different network connectivities are there. How to connect these network settings or we also possible by using the Android. This is also one of the future of this. And the next feature is messaging. So messaging is also one of the future. So when we want to forward any text message or when we want to forward it or any other people, so we have to go with the messaging option, and this messaging will also contain both SMS and MMS capability. SMS and MMS. We have to send both multimedia information and messages also in the Android. And the another feature is the web browser. What is this web browser? Is nothing but when we want to access the internet, we have to go with one of the browsing facility. So, but those browsing is also to be contains different websites. So, Chrome browsing. In the earlier, we are only having one of the application to browse the internet is only the browser facility. Based on by using this application only, we have to access the internet. But in nowadays, we have to go with the different browser facilities are also available like UC browser and Google Chrome. So different browsers are also to be available in this by the development of Android. And the next feature is DVM. So the DVM is nothing but a Dalvik virtual machine. So what is the use of this Dalvik virtual machine? Is nothing but so when we want to run our application. So initially at this time the Android Studio will be worked on two different languages, either Java or XML. So to execute a Java file, you have to go with the JVM machine. So JVM is responsible to execute the Java related file. This is a Java virtual machine. But the after compiling of this, after your Java file is to be compiled and run, the generated file format is to be in a .class file. So the executable file format is to be a more size. The executable file format size is more. So what about the DVM? The DVM is also one of the type of JVM. It is also same working as JVM, but after compilation, the generated file format, the executable file format, memory size is to be less when compared to the JVM. The JVM generated file format is more than compared to the DVM file format. That's why we want to go with the DVM machine. Why? Because if the memory size is less, what is the use? If your mobile size, when you are considering a mobile, what is the storage capacity? And when you are comparing with the laptop, what is the storage capacity? So when you are observing the laptop, comparing laptop and mobile phones, the memory capacity will be more in your laptop. Yes. So your mobile is only having a small amount of storage capability. So that's why we have to use this DVM machine. So after creation of your application, the DVM machine will execute your code and the executed file format is to be in a very place so that the application will be available in your mobile. So by using that, it will occupy only less amount of space in the mobile. So if you are having it 32 GB, just assume like that. But you are comparing all your applications. That means your application is to be completed but running in the JVM machine. So the file format is to be assumed like 16 GB. The file format is to be 16 GB, and the file format here is like 4 GB. Which one is more reliable for the mobiles? So which one is having a small amount of memory is required? So that one is to be a more reliable for your mobiles. If the memory is to be 16 GB, so half of the space is to be wasted for your only one application. So that's why we want to go with the DVM machine, which is having a only occupies a less amount of space than compared to the JVM. So next one is the Eclipse IDE. So when you are opening or installing after installing the Android Studio, so it will also act defaultly says the Eclipse IDE as a platform. So what is this Eclipse IDE is nothing but it will provide a structure of your files. So your file, so in your application, so the application is consisting of different files. So for example, you are concerned for the layout design, XML files are there. Yes or no? For the user interface design, XML files are to be needed. For the programming or for the actions you have to done, you have to go with the Java files, and you have to apply with the styles, different style files, or otherwise you have to go with the values, storing of information, values related files. So otherwise, if your application is having a images, .png images or JPEG images are there, so those are images are also to be related to image files. So your application will contain a different group of files. It is nothing but the application is nothing but a collection of different files. So this collection of files, how we have to organize? How we have to organize? In which place these are to be stored? So all are to be presented in the same one application, but applications are to be stored. So that storing is to be provided in this Eclipse IDE. Eclipse IDE will maintain all these files in a one structured format. That means whenever you are opening of your application, XML files are to be presented in a resource directory. It will create a different directories for the different files. And images, it is having a another directory. So within that, it is having a another sub file. So in that way, Eclipse IDE will provide a different directories for the different files, and based on those directories, it will store a related information. So whenever you are opening that, so application is our main folder. So within this application folder, it is provides a different directories. So see this one. So your application is like this. Your application is the main directory, but Eclipse IDE will provide one of the directory as resource, res, and drawable. So different things, different files are to be stored. Resource is nothing but related to user interface design files. Related to the user interface design, that is .xml files. Whatever the XML files are to be presented in your application are to be stored in this place. And drawable is nothing but it will store the information related to images. So .png images are nothing. So whatever the images are presented in your application are to be presented in this, are to be in a drawable folder. So next one is the different things. So in this way, different folders are to be created for these different things of files are to be included in your design. Eclipse IDE is nothing but a providing a structure, providing a directory structure of the different files are to be maintained in this Eclipse IDE. And the next one is the external source. So what is this external source? When you want to store the information by using when you want to store the information by using pen drive, hard disk. So these are the external devices. By using those external devices connectivity, we have to store the information. This is also one of the future. And the next thing is multitasking. So what is the multitasking means? So this multitasking is nothing but at a time we have to perform multiple operations in a single span. So at a time we have to perform multiple tasks. So what is that multiple task? So for example, I want to watch a video in the YouTube. So I am opening a YouTube account. So in that YouTube also, at the time of running your video, I want to chat with the elder person. I want to chat with the elder person. So you have to open with the WhatsApp application. So at a time you have to perform the action with the two different applications. More than one application is called as multitasking. So at a time we have to perform, we have to work with more than one application. And the next one is voice-based feature. So what is this voice-based feature? So when you are recognizing your voice, based on your voice, it will search for the something. Or if you are saying something, so this feature is available in the Google. So I want to search information like, so what is the meaning of something? What is the meaning of application framework? So voice-based feature. So this is to be introduced by the Google. So and I want to search the information. What is application framework? So what is this application framework? When you are saying something based on your voice, it is to be recognized and gather your voice signals or to be converted. Voice signals are to be taken as an input and these voice signals are to be converted into a text. Voice signals are to be converted into a text. So these voice signals are to be converted into a text format. This text is to be searched in the Google. Or otherwise, you have to say a message. So send a message to some person. Send a message to a friend. Hi. So that voice is also to be recognized by the Google. So it will open your WhatsApp account. So in that WhatsApp account, what is the name corresponding to your? So that message sent. Or otherwise, one more example is you want to call to your mother. So you are saying to Google. So just Google recognize your voice. So what is that voice? Call to mother. So your voice is to be converted into a text message as this. So whenever in your contacts, it will go to your contacts. So the contact name is to be matched with this mother. Then only it will goes to your calling of the mobile, calling of your mother is to be done. So in this way, the voice-based feature is also to be introduced. It's one of the advantage of your Android. And the next one is OpenGL for ES. So what is this OpenGL for ES? OpenGL for ES. So when you are observing the gaming capability is also to be engrossed in the nowadays. So what is the gaming capability is increased? In the previous only the graphics are not added in a mobile, not added to the games. But in nowadays we are having a games as 2D and 3D graphics. So those 3D graphics and 2D graphics related data are to be stored in this OpenGL or ES. The graphics related libraries are to be presented in this OpenGL or ES. So this is also one of the advantage. So to add any graphics to your application, we have to go with the OpenGL or ES. So these are the different features are introduced in the Android. So what is the first thing? So open source. So open source means it is freely available. And the second one is application framework. The application framework will contain different manager classes. So based on those manager classes, we have to use those corresponding manager classes. For example, in the previous we are discussing about location. I want to find out a location of a particular person. But I want to find out a activity of the application. So what is the activity state? So when you are considering activity state, the activity is having a 7 different states. So on create, on start, on restart, on pause. So on destroy, on stop. So these are the different states of your application for the activity. So in which state the present activity is to be there. So when you are going with them, so that means when you are accessing the application, that is in a on start and on resume state. But when you are closing the application, the activity status is to be on stop. Yes, sir. So in the same way, I want to find out the activity position. So that one is also to be available in the different manager classes like window manager is one of the class and display manager is one of the class. So different manager classes, based on those uses of different manager classes, we have to reduce our code. And next one is the storage. So in the storage, different storage formats are to be available. And the connectivity, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. And messaging. So messaging we have to send both SMS and MMS capability is also to be introduced by the one of the feature of Android. And web browser. So defaultly we are having only one of the browser, but in nowadays we are having a different browsers to access our internet, like Google Chrome or UC browser or Mozilla. So different browsers are here available. And DVM. So the DVM is nothing but a Dalvik virtual machine. So it is also same as JVM, but the executable file format is to be less. So the executable file format is to be less, then only we have to access the application or we have to store the applications in a easily manner. And Eclipse IDE is nothing but a storing of information related to your application in the one structure. So it is nothing but it will provide a directory structure for the application. Directory structure for application is to be provided for using a Eclipse IDE. And external sources like pen drives. So these different external devices are to be connected by using these external sources. And multitasking. At a time we have to perform more than one task. More than one task will be performed at a time. And voice based features. So from the voice, it will recognize the voice and convert those voice signals, speech signals into a text, so that it will be search the particular thing, or it will call to another application. And OpenGL is it is for the inclusion of 3D graphics in your application. 3D graphics are added to your application. We have to go with the OpenGL. Yes, the best main thing here is open source and application framework. To reduce the code and you have to use it in a freely, you have to go with the. These are the different features are to be introduced in this Android. So let us go with the assignment 3 related to your features. So explain any two features of Android. Explain any two features of Android, like open source application framework. Different features are to be discussed. So from that explain any two. And next one is explain about application framework. So the application framework main use is it will provide a different manager classes. Based on those different manager classes, we have to reduce our. And next one is what is the use of OpenGL or ES? What is this library and what is the use of this particular OpenGL or ES library? And next one is discuss about some of the external sources. So not only the internal memory, so what are the different external sources connected to your mobile? How it is possible to explain those different external sources. And full form of DVM and its uses. So the DVM full form is Dalvik virtual machine. And the executed file format is also in the form of .dex. Dalvik executables. And the usage is it is having a less memory so that the people will be more interested and it will occupy a small amount of in the time.